Life is not easy. I'm sure that each and every person that's watching this video has said at least once or twice in their lives that life is not easy. I've heard so many people say that life is not easy. This phrase has been used so much that it's actually lost its meaning. I don't think people really understand what it really means to say that life is not easy. We pretend as if life is easy. When we have children, we are pretending as if life is easy. We don't even question the ethics of having children. We believe that life is a gift, so by having children, we are kind of implying that we believe that life is easy. But there isn't a person in this world that doesn't know that life is not easy. This is something that each and every person that is here knows. This is something that is known by people that are suffering a lot. This is something that is known by people that are not suffering a lot. Even if you're not suffering, you do see people that are suffering, so you know life is not easy. And you are working hard to make sure that you do not suffer. Remember, what people are doing is trying to escape suffering. That's what we are doing. Believe it or not, that's what you're doing. You're trying to escape suffering. Since you were born, you've been trying to escape suffering. Since you were a child, whenever you felt hungry, you'd cry. Why? You're trying to escape suffering. You're trying to escape hunger. Whenever you felt sick, you'd cry. You're trying to escape the discomfort that comes with being sick. So each and every person here is trying to escape suffering. Some people are lucky enough to find themselves in positions where they don't have to suffer that much. But everyone is afraid of suffering. Everyone knows that things can change. So even if things are going well for you right now, it is possible that something can happen and you find yourself in a very messed up situation. No one is safe. As long as you are in this world, you are not safe. I saw a post on Facebook about a guy that I know. This guy used to produce music for people. I knew him because of that, because I also used to produce music for people. He wasn't very famous, but he was talented. I saw a post about him from a Facebook friend. This guy was announcing that guy hanged himself. And he couldn't understand why someone like that would hang themselves. No, it makes no sense, right? It makes no sense that a person can even choose to hang themselves. Someone very talented, someone very smart, someone very strong, if you are able to produce music, if you are able to make music, you got to be strong. It's not easy to be able to even do that. So you couldn't understand why. Why would someone like that decide to hang themselves? He felt like only people with mental illnesses, real mental illnesses, like people that are really crazy, are the only ones that will actually hang themselves, because it sounds irrational to do that. Why would someone hang themselves? How would someone even find courage to do something like that? The problem is, life is very hard. Life is so hard that people are not even afraid to hang themselves. I mean, hanging yourself is scary when you really think about it. Choosing to hang yourself, even the thought of hanging yourself, like, that's fucking scary. Why would some people do that? I'm talking about a person that's sane, a person that we all know is sane. We've never seen that person doing anything crazy. Why would a person choose to hang themselves? Why would a normal person choose to jump in front of a train, in front of a moving train? Why would a normal person choose to die like that? Why would a normal person choose to blow their brains out? That's fucking crazy when you really think about it. They're trying to escape suffering because life is hard. We must not lie to ourselves. We must not ever lie to ourselves. The experience that we're having as people is not easy. It's just that people are not even allowed to talk about how horrible life is. It is taboo to talk about how horrible life is. Life is so horrible that you're not even allowed to talk about how horrible it is. It is taboo to talk about how horrible life is. And people know that. Deep down, each and every person knows that. Unless you have enough courage to talk about how you really feel. Some people do have that kind of courage, but people in general don't have that kind of courage. Because they've been conditioned to play by the rules. Since they were little kids, they've been getting conditioned to play by the rules. They don't want to do things that are going to make other people judge them. They don't want to say things that are going to make other people judge them. They're so afraid of being judged. They're so afraid of being misunderstood. Do you genuinely think that if we were going to be honest with ourselves as people, we would still continue to pretend as if this life is good? Like, if each and every person decided to be honest with themselves and honest with other people, if each and every person in this world decided to talk about how they really feel, because when you think about it, people are not talking about how they really feel. People are just saying what they think is going to be acceptable. People are just saying what they feel is going to be acceptable. They're not saying how they really feel. I've been telling you this, that there have been so many people that have posted videos on YouTube where they were talking about how they feel, and they deleted those videos. There have been so many people that have posted on Twitter about how they really feel, and they've deleted those posts. So many people that have posted on Facebook about how they really feel, and they've deleted those posts. So many people that have posted on their WhatsApp status about how they really feel, and they've deleted those posts. Why? It's because it's taboo to talk about how you feel. They know that that's how they feel, but they know that no one really cares, and that is the truth. No one really cares. People are just going to pretend as if they care. They don't. No one really cares how you feel. No one really cares what you're going through. Except for the people that will suffer with you if something is not going well in your life. Like a person that maybe you're in a relationship with, your parents, your sisters, your brothers, your uncles, you know what I mean? But generally, people do not give a fuck what you're going through, and you know that. That is why it's hard for people to talk about how they feel. And what's crazy is that when people end up taking their own lives, people pretend as if they would have been there. Like, oh, if only this person decided to talk about how they feel, I would have been there. Like, no, you wouldn't have been there. You know that you're selfish. You know that we are all selfish. You know, we are all living in our own bubbles. We don't really care about what's going on in other people's bubbles. We just like to pretend as if we care. Deep down, each and every person knows that. But really, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, if we're going to be honest with other people, the way that we view life as a collective will change. We're pretending as if life is good. We're pretending as if we're having a positive experience. But the truth is the opposite. Life is really that hard. Life is really that difficult. When you bring a child into this world, you've actually given them a death sentence. They're going to die. You brought them into a rat race, and really in the end they're going to die. It's not like they're going to be immortal here. They're going to die. No one ever gets to win. No one ever wins. You know, it may feel like some people have won because they do have the things that they want, but really in the end we all die. This experience has no meaning. There isn't anything to gain. We just find ourselves struggling because life itself is hard. It's hard to find ourselves having the things that we want. It has gone to a point where to have the things that we want, we have to allow other people to use us. If you are born in poverty, you are supposed to work shitty jobs to at least afford some of the things that you want. And you must keep on working shitty jobs. It's not like that's it, like you'll be good. We're never going to be satisfied. Life is really that hard. And people are going to keep on exiting. People are going to exit. You know, it's something that's impossible to prevent. No matter how hard we try, we can never prevent suicides. It's impossible because life is hard. People are choosing to exit because life is hard. That is why it makes a lot of sense to legalize euthanasia and assisted suicide so that people can at least say goodbye. No, people can at least be able to say goodbye to their friends, to their relatives, to their co-workers, to their families. We mustn't force people to exit selfishly and then blame them for exiting selfishly. We shouldn't force people to exit selfishly and then blame them for exiting selfishly. If we want to prevent suicides, then we must make sure that people are happy. People are truly enjoying their lives. People are having the things that they want. They have access to health care. They have access to good education. They are working the jobs that they want. They are taught the right things. They know the truth. They are not being lied to. They are not being manipulated. I do believe that that's really the best way to prevent people from exiting. There isn't a person that wants to be miserable. There isn't. There isn't a single person in this world that wants to be miserable, that wants to suffer. And people that are truly enjoying their lives don't want to exit. I want you to get that. So if the real reason why people are exiting is because they are suffering, then we must find ways to solve the problem of suffering. And if we can't solve the problem of suffering, then we mustn't force people to be here and suffer, because we don't know what it's like for them to suffer. We don't really understand what they're really going through, how their lives are. And we're not really willing to help. People like to pretend as if they're willing to help, but they're not. You can ask for help from people while you're alive and they don't help you. And when you die, they actually do come to your funeral. You see, you can ask for money from people, like if you really need money. Like you can lose your job and really need money to pay some of your bills, and no one comes through to help you. But then if you die, people will actually spend a lot of money to come to your funeral. It's crazy how we invest in death. I hate it when I get a call from funeral insurance companies talking about I should join their policies, blah blah blah. Like, no man, nobody got time for that. I ain't investing in death. It doesn't make any sense. We need to invest in people that are here, people that are having an experience here, not in death. Everything is upside down. That's one of the biggest problems. We've got everything backwards. So we can't escape suffering if we got everything backwards, if we don't view reality as it is. It is very important that we are literally seeing everything as it is. It's like if there was a person that was sick and that was looking for treatment, and you didn't know what they're really suffering from, and you were just guessing. Do you think you'll be able to help that person? You must know what the real problem is. You must know what they're really suffering from. So the right medication. So if we got everything upside down, we'll never be able to solve the problems that we have in this world. And that's one of the reasons why life is extremely difficult. It's because everything is upside down. Nothing is what it should be. We know exactly how things should be, but nothing is as it should be. You see the problem? There's a reason why when people get their hearts broken, they feel like exiting, because they believed that love was something that it is not. You believe that people genuinely care about each other, and when a person says that they love you, they really care about you and they will be there for you. If you ever find yourself in a very bad situation, that person is going to be there for you and they're going to help you. Like, it doesn't work that way. Can you imagine if you started dating a girl and things are going well for you, and she tells you that she loves you, she's just there for you, she helps you, and then you lose your job, you lose your money, and then she leaves. Like, at the time that you need her the most, there's the time that she leaves. That's cold. That's what turns people into monsters. And I'm just giving you an example. Everything is upside down. Things are not what they seem. Even though we would like for things to be good, even though we'd like for things to really work out the way that we want them to work out in this world, but they don't work out the way that we would want them to work out. There's a reason why in movies, in most movies that we like, the good guy wins in the end. We like those kind of movies. We want to watch movies where the good guy wins in the end, don't we? And they make those kind of movies where good guys win in the end, but in reality, good guys don't win. We know that. We know that good guys don't win. Even though when we were kids, we kind of believe that good guys win. Before we really got to experience life. Because we were protected from the real world when we were young. But once you grow up and really experience life, you realize that good guys don't win in this world. So it's really important that we open our eyes to reality instead of being delusional. Because people in general are delusional, man, and it sucks. People are delusional, man. The truth is often disappointing. There's a reason why people choose lies. It's like they want comfort, Because here's the thing. Even if you choose to believe lies, doesn't mean that the truth is going to be revealed to you like that. So you can find comfort in lies. I was watching this other video that someone sent me of this other girl talking about how the Matrix was better than the real world, how the Matrix was better than Zion. And she was like, do you really want to live in Zion? That video really made me think. Actually, yeah, it is true that the Matrix was actually better than Zion. Especially if you are doing well. There's a reason why that guy, I forgot his name, wanted to go back to the Matrix. What was his name? Damn, I haven't watched the Matrix in a long time. It's Cypher or something like that. He wanted to go back to the Matrix because he was tired of living in Zion. The food was shit. There weren't that many people there. There weren't many things to do there, It was just lonely there. So he wanted to go back to the Matrix. He's like, yo, man, make me someone famous, someone important. I remember when he was talking to Agent Smith. It's like, yo, make me someone important. He was making a deal with the devil. Although Agent Smith later became my favorite character, but in the beginning he was still an agent. He was still in the Matrix. He was still part of the program, but he somehow managed to free himself from the program. He became a free agent. But yeah, people don't really want to live in the real world. They don't want to see the truth. They want to lie to themselves because the truth is often disappointing. Life is really hard. And people can't stand that shit. So they'll rather be delusional. They'd rather believe in things that each and every person that's rational minded can see that, but that's not true, man.